3:05. And welcome to the Finance Committee. This meeting is being recorded by WCAT, our local community access television channel. And that's where we're at. The first thing on our agenda this afternoon is to review and accept any minutes. And minutes, I believe we need 2 meetings from the 11th. And give me just 1 second here. I just want to. Were you able to get those done? The minutes? I know you had some trouble.
I was not.
You weren't. Okay. We'll work together to figure that out. Just from the 11th, if you want to just take a quick look at those.
But you can't vote on it.
But, okay, you're going to be abstaining from it, just so you know what happened on the 11th.
Thank you.
And I'll make a motion to accept the minutes from the February 11, 2026 meeting.
I'll second.
All right, all in favor, say aye.
I thought we had to say our names.
But we do. So, Ray Capaco, aye.
Madeline Wojcicki, aye.
Donna Pina, abstain.
Okay, very good. And then I'll give you just a minute to look at last week's minutes.
Yeah.
Good?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And so,
I'll make a motion.
Yep.
To accept the minutes of February 19th as written.
I second it.
all right, all in favor? Ray Capaco, aye.
Donna Pina, aye.
Madeline Wojcicki, aye.
Okay. And that's very good. Remind me, and I'll work with you to get
Okay.
access to it. I think I'll be able to help you.
I didn't try to even email this time,
Yeah,
because I just got them done yesterday, because I've been up in the selectman's office and.
I did get them and was able to open them fine, so I'll work with that.
Oh, so I did email the second one?
Yeah,
Okay.
I had all 3.
I don't remember.
I had even last October's minutes with it, so it's all good. It's all
Yeah,
good.
because I just added the page instead of just writing
Yeah.
over everything.
Yeah. Okay, so our next order of business is to continue to review and hopefully accept, approve some of the department budgets that have been submitted.
So in the packet that I gave you, the next one was the revised budget for the treasurer. That's what Jim was talking about at last week's meeting.
Okay, give me just a moment to find that.
Was right in order. The minutes, and then this was right underneath it.
Is this one that's benefits?
That says revised 218.
Benefits,
Okay, I see.
in 1 second.
You must do 2 pages at once, because it was the second thing, and the minutes was on top.
Okay. Give me 1 second here. Yeah, this is the pile I was working from. Let's take it out. Sewer benefits. Oh, my apologies.
Is that it? 218?
Uh,
218. Revised 218.
I've got an original. This is these are my original papers. I can look at them again.
No, don't worry about it. I'll give you Prius.
Okay. What's your second page? Sewer? Yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry, Madeline, looks like I've got the rest of the packet here.
You're just missing that one?
Just missing the benefits, yeah. Yeah, because this is my original submission. Thank you.
So those were done. Ones that got revised.
Okay.
I think it was what
Medical,
medical went down. And,
and retiree insurance also went down.
well, that's medical. Yeah. Both medical.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
Okay.
So printed pages out just so you'll see where we stand with the budget.
Yeah, that's the fourth page in of the packet she gave us. You'll see, yeah, that one there,
Yeah,
Then you-
we're gonna get to that after.
yeah,
Okay.
okay.
So
All
the
right.
next one I put in was the sewer,
Sewer, yeah,
because they got the total of their indirect costs. So that's gonna be their new budget.
okay.
Because we were missing the 192,846. Indirect costs,
Okay,
that's what I said, right?
yep, 192,
Yep.
846.
I think I have I didn't make copies of it, but I think I have the breakdown here. Okay. So what is made up of the sewer estimated direct costs is their health insurance, dental insurance, liability, and ADD, that's a small life insurance policy they have. Their Medicare tax at .0145, their workers' comp, the pension, and property insurance. And then there is a small amount of 8% taken for the accounting department labor, the audit expense, and the treasury labor. And that is 7.98%. That comes up to 192,846.94. And so, I know Donna didn't go to last year's town meeting, or I remember you on it. So when you go to vote the sewer, they're gonna put their own article because they're not part of the omnibus, okay? In there, it's gonna list their commission stipend, gonna say debt, salaries, purchase service and supplies, it's gonna have this total, okay? Then, the second part of it is to pay, it's in the general fund, that's where all our medical and all this stuff comes out of the omnibus, under Dawn's benefits, the life insurance and all that. And then it will say also to, I remember the exact verbiage, to allocate $192,846.94 for benefits already paid in the general fund. So their total regular budget's this, but the overall total is going to equal that. So it's a two-part, I have it. Oh, no, it doesn't show me on the bus. Doesn't show me the article.
Yeah,
It's the motion on the floor, and that's what how they'll read it, this, that total, and then it'll talk about the benefits, okay?
I just want to get that from 2398 to 398. All right, very good.
And the benefits, that's what we talked before, the indirect cost is nothing they can negotiate. That's what it is, this is what their pension is, this is how much medical, so that's,
There's no wiggle room.
no. Okay. So the next few pages, I just gave you, you can add in at the house after, is all the new pages of the budgets that I had printed for you before. Okay? Because, and I know I printed everything. Mine is,
Compare numbers here. Okay, good.
I'm trying to think if
I think I got the right copy.
I got the budget, but I know, I had printed everything for you before, so,
Okay.
if we can just look at the last page, just to give a heads up of where we stand, okay? There's still we still have missing for Shepherd, Regional Dispatch. We got the, benefits update, the selectmen C, selectmen D. So we can maybe start right there. So we need to vote on our finance committee expense. So why don't we put that under new business for us, okay?
Okay,
So if you look at the page that I printed, there's nothing there,
right, under finance committee?
right? So I updated all the pages that needed to be updated, okay? And
All right.
so, as it stands, right now, without the other expenses that were still outstanding, it looks like it's a 3.12 budget so far.
So, very last
Sorry,
page.
last
yeah.
page.
Very last page, yeah. So we're up 3.82%.
And then, because there's two parts to our budget, there's A and B. And total government A, it's on page of the Forester, is showing a negative 22.39, but that's because we still have Rutland missing and a few other lines.
That wasn't in today's packet though, right?
Well, it's there, but it's not included. The first page, and here's Rutland, that's missing.
So just so you know, there's a bunch of departments that end up being government A.
Right.
Okay.
And right now, that number looks,
It's showing
it's
negative.
artificially low because we're missing some big ticket items
Correct.
like the dispatch, et cetera.
Mm-hmm.
And then the number she just showed us, total government D,
Correct.
is all of these departments from
That's
here
it.
down.
Okay, so that's a true number just for the for B. It doesn't have a negative in there. I didn't
Yeah.
put the grand total because there was no sense to it.
Yeah.
So,
So that's where she's getting this government A, government B.
Right.
In the full budget, you'll see it.
oh, see here, under veterans, total government A, showing a negative. All right, and then we go to B. And this is true. This is a true number, because this is just B,
Okay.
okay? And then it's gonna take, do that together, and then once we get all the numbers in there, then we'll have a true number of the total budget.
Okay.
So these can go into your sheet pack, you must have them in your notebook.
Yes.
Okay, so the selectmen A I never printed before because there wasn't anything there, so you just take out the corresponding page or add it in if there wasn't one.
Okay.
In,
In here.
right. I just want to make sure you understood.
This.
This is, okay. So, selectmen A will go here,
Okay.
all right? And benefits we have, yeah, benefits changed, so you want to put the new page in,
Okay.
that one out.
Okay.
And then, see, selectmen D is empty, this is the new one,
Okay.
so take that out.
Okay.
And then I got the assessors, so when you get to that page,
Mm-hmm.
unless there's been a change, so you can take that page out.
Okay.
And then the town clerk, I had to fix, so you take that page out.
Maybe replace it. Okay.
Yeah, and then, that's what I'm saying. The old ones was the benefits and I think the selectmen that were missing,
Okay.
okay?
All right. Thank you for explaining.
Yep, that's fine. And, the, like, selectmen we didn't do because we didn't have anything in there.
Okay.
because Jim had told us, gave us an update from last meeting, so. So the next thing that I gave you that we can look at is, the letter from the veterans. I don't know where it was mine. Have a good day. Because we wanted an explanation as to why she had asked for the increase. So if you want to look at it, and we can. That's right. They gave two and two, that's why I don't have mine.
So you didn't, do you?
No, I read that.
Oh, you did.
But I don't have the words. So, Ray,
Yep.
for the veterans, not today,
Okay,
I didn't print it, but the original ones that I gave you, I don't know,
that's what I was just looking for. Give me one moment here.
because I want to know what,
Yeah, I was just looking to see what it was that, I don't remember there being,
I should have printed everything. No,
Give me one
Ray,
sec.
this was the sheet that I gave, Ray, this sheet here that I gave everybody.
yeah, one second. I've got it, give me 1 minute.
they must have intertwined, I don't know.
It's not in here, is it?
No, this is what I do. I didn't print it because we didn't have zeros. So that would equal a 19% increase for her.
Yes, from 42 up
Well,
to
because
5.
it's a small one. It's only $800. If you look here,
Okay, okay.
see, look at her budget, it says 40, 208, 25,000 equals that. Okay.
So it's not that it's a large amount, it's just a
Correct.
large percentage.
Right, and that's how it is for, when you have a smaller budget, yes, so you read that out in the good.
Oh,
I don't really want this.
okay.
So, my opinion, I don't have a problem doing this, because basically, well, the electrical inspector, he gets 5,000. What are the inspectors do we
Is
have?
that a gas inspector?
But they get paid off the fees, they get half of the fee price when they come to us and say, okay, this is what the fee is going to be, you have to cut a check. The Board of Health keeps 50%, he gets 50%. I'm just talking as a regular stipend.
Oh, okay.
The selectman is $5,000. Just trying to think who else is there, because I know the electrical, the building inspector gets his salary, and he's at $16,299, but he has more hours than she does. Other than that, I think the alternates, most of them are 1,000. So people that go above and beyond, and they don't have any doubt to ask this lady, I don't have a problem with it, so.
Yeah, I'm fine with it too. It's not like it's a 30,000 a year position going up to 40,000 or anything like that. It's for what she does, it's a valuable service to the town, so.
So we don't need to do a motion on it because
Right.
we'll vote on the entire, when we're done, I'm going to print all those like I gave you, and it's going to be the final, and then we'll vote on the final. Okay? And then the other one that we had was the dog officer for 2% increase. And when speaking to Jim, he had asked the animal control, she put in a 2% for him. And we asked Jim to find out how many that calls he went on. So, he got 0 calls. And other, not the electrical, the alternate, I think, building inspector. Alternate building inspector is 1,000. I don't think he increased that, I think that stayed the same. Is that
Yep.
right, Ray?
Yep.
And then we have, I think electric, plumbing and gas, they get paid the fees, but we do have, where it doesn't. These doesn't, cemetery doesn't. and electrical has one too, but I don't think his is that high. That's in the selectmen. The alternate electrical inspector is only $300. So, and that's been that way for a long time. So I think that we should give her the 2% and leave him at 1,000.
I'm okay with that.
Me too.
Is it, yeah. So 1,000.
And then okay, now so next one was the board of health, right?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, and the sewer, we need to ask, oh, I know, I got it, the sewer here, I just saw it, so I'm gonna, the cost of the supplies, I think they have like chlorine,
They got different chemicals.
different chemicals.
Yeah.
The big one went up quite a bit.
Yeah, yeah.
And I forget what you said about purchase services, but, I mean, I think they do a good job in maintaining their budget. You know,
It's certainly moving in the right direction from what it was a couple years ago.
well, it's gone up quite a bit, but what I'm
It-
saying is
yeah.
that, but it went, so. So if I looked at last year's, which I know I have. Okay. On supplies totaled, they only returned, we'll say 28,000 for last year's budget, so.
Okay.
And I think we ended up having to do transfer between supplies and service, because they have separate line items on it. So it's not that they're returning 50,000 or 60,000 back to the town. I think, yeah. Because what happened was there a long time ago, Sean Lemansky left, and he's the one that took care of all this, and then they hired somebody new that came in the middle, and, so it took a while. And the person that they have here now, I forget how many years' experience he has, but it's quite a bit, so.
Okay.
I don't have a problem putting the budget in for what they say. Right?
Yeah. Good with it.
Then the next one, oh, he's here for the sewer anyways, he can turn it.
Yep.
Oh, he's here for board of health too.
Yeah.
He's here for the sewer, you can ask him. So then the next one is the board of health, that's what I was looking for. Because I talked to Jessica, and I wasn't reading it the way that she put it in for. So what she was saying, it was gonna be $250 a month. And
Hey, Travis.
yeah, you can have a seat, I just explained, because I was reading this wrong. She was talking about $250 each increased. So if and it was $41.67 per month. If you take $250 each increased, okay, that's $750.
Yeah.
So that didn't equal 9,000.
Oh, okay.
It equaled 8,250.
Right.
Okay, so when I talked to Jessica, so if you do the math, 2,500 for 10 months plus 500 is 3,000, would be the 9,000. But
Yeah.
that's not how I took it to be.
Right.
Okay,
Yeah, I did.
because it says per member, it doesn't say per month. Well,
Right.
it says 41.67 per member, it doesn't say per month.
Oh, okay.
So that's where the confusion was. But, expense, do you have anything to add to that? I
Yeah,
thought what's his name told me.
so some of it, so the expense, some of it is we have our sludge hauling.
Trash contract, that was.
Yeah, that's going out to bid. We have no clue where that's gonna be. We've also been hauling a lot more loads out. I think, what the department's done for years is kind of send less loads out than they should have to keep that budget down, but then it just creates a buildup. So now we're trying to work towards sending it out when we need to and not having all this build up.
No, I knew Jim had told me something for the sewer, and I couldn't remember what it was, but it was the contract. So
Yeah.
their contract's up, so, all right, now, this is where when I worked up the sheets here, I put in the 8,250 because it didn't make any sense to me, the 9,000. That would be a 10% increase over fiscal year '26. Okay, now you're talking 9,000, increasing it to 9,000, which would be a 25% increase, which would be 33%. Let me finish. The issue that I have from 25 to 26, and I don't have the number here, I was going to look it up today and I didn't. There was an increase of $2,100, which would have been 40-something%. So 40 and 30% is a 70% increase over 2 years.
Yeah, so I think if I remember right, so the stipend used to come out to like $150 a month.
Correct.
So Mass Department of Public Health is requiring boards to start doing a lot more training than they have in the past. So that's taking up a lot more time than the boards previously ever had to do. Because we're doing trainings basically monthly now.
And you didn't last year.
Yeah, they didn't have, the state started ramping up last year, now.
Because that's what I'm saying, because you're gonna have to justify like a 70% pay increase.
Yeah, but
50, well, it'll be less than that, maybe 40-something%. I can see an increase, okay? I don't know how much is involved in the training, but where you already got this big increase the year before, I'm just letting you know, I'm not comfortable
yeah,
putting in for $9,000 for $3,000 each. I don't have a problem doing the 250 to make it
8250.
the 8250. But I just can't do another huge, what did I tell you it was? I lost it.
Well, go up 10% rather than 20.
That's just me, everybody else is gonna have their say, that's all I'm saying.
yeah,
Is that if even, because this would be a 10%, okay, and then you got the year before, so it's just quite a bit to go from 5,425 to 9,027.
right,
Okay, because if you doubled it, that's 10,800. 9,000 isn't much, so you're talking, 60-70% increase over 2 years.
yeah. I think part of it, talking with the board is they probably should have been increased years ago.
That's not our problem.
No, I understand that. So we're kind of playing a little bit of catch up, but it's also, like I said, new requirements for trainings that we have to do. The board's very much more active than previous boards have been. Especially with like the housing inspections, which are a lot of work on the inspector's part, but then it becomes a lot of work on the board's part as well.
Okay, and this is what I know Jessica had told me, so we pay for the inspector, which is fine, I don't have a problem. And then she says it creates more work for the board. As to how I can see it Jessica if there's more paperwork she needs to do or whatever, so how much more does it put on you for an inspection? On the board?
So some of the inspections, a lot of times a board member comes along, especially for the housing inspections. A lot of times one of the board members comes with the inspector to do those, which, you know, depending on who's available, some of us have taken time off from our regular jobs to do it. And then a lot of the inspection reports have to go back and forth where verifying like what the inspector is writing up in the report as a violation. So we're going through the housing code, double checking it before it gets submitted for, in order to comply or OTC for them to fix the issue.
So I'm gonna just say two things and then the other members can say. When you get the memo for your budget, okay, it says right there that you're supposed to put a reason as to why you're asking for the increase, okay? So I'm just saying FYI,
Yeah.
that if you had submitted sufficient information, we probably still would have had to come in, because I told Jessica that we wanted somebody to come in next week, but if you're here, that's fine. So then we would have known, and then we, you know, at least have it
Right.
adds up, okay? That's number one, and I'm just telling you my opinion. Number two, I will not vote to increase the budget to 9,000.
Okay.
I will vote to give you the 8250, which if this 250 is a month, then it's a 125. Okay, that's just me. Then next year, if you put in for the other 125, you need to come in and somehow document, I'm not asking for, well, approximately we had to spend X amount of hours, like housing inspections, blah, 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 you know.
Something to justify it.
And that's where I'm at.
Okay.
Okay, I'm not, like I said, I'm just, yes, I know that there's more work, and like you said, the training, I can understand that. But to give this, because I'm just saying, you know how town meeting is.
Right, yeah.
Okay, they're going to see,
And that's gonna be their first impression, seeing the numbers jump.
okay, they're going to see 5,400, then they're going to see 7,500, and then if we did the 9,000, they're going to see that. Now, I'm telling you, then you're going to be defending it on town floor, okay, what I'm saying. But I personally, I won't vote to do this, but I'm giving it to you up front, and you can go from, that's just me, you know, and I don't have a problem doing the same for next year. If you give us saying, okay, this is overall, this is what's going on now, this is new training that we have to do and whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would basically echo a lot of what Madeline just said. The general issue of salaries and stipends that have been historically underpaid, we can't make it all up in one year.
Right.
That's really the issue from my perspective. And I'm totally sympathetic to the explanation that you've given, but I think we have to just, we do need to get it up to snuff,
Right.
but we can't do it in one jump.
Right, yeah, we were kind of torn between, do we, you know, do a little bit this year and a little bit next year, but then we're like, is it gonna be questionable now, you're doing it every year? So we kind of went with, well,
Right.
we'll do this and see where, you know, where we're at. Cause, you know, we either get, you know, like the response we're getting, you know, do the other increase next year versus, or you guys might vote it in, so.
Yeah. I'll endorse the spread it, you gotta spread it out, just keep asking for more every year until it gets kind of caught up to speed. We're up with this in a couple other areas too, with salaries and things like that.
Yeah.
But, anything?
I have nothing to add.
You know, and that's what I'm saying, you know, that's where I'm at. And I think that if this 54 wouldn't be there, you know, that big increase that you had,
Right.
that there wouldn't have been an issue if you were up at, we'll say, so that was 54, right?
Yeah,
54.
yeah,
Say
even,
you were at 75, wouldn't have been an issue. I'm just saying, and you know, and I know what town meeting's gonna
Right.
say, and it's our job to be, you know, to take the taxes rate in consideration and, you know, town meeting, and then, I'm not saying that you won't get questioned, but
It's easier to justify.
that's what I'm saying, so somebody would need to be prepared.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, is that we, you know, we did our job and say, okay, they don't know you asked, well, unless they watch the meeting, they don't know that you asked for the 9,000.
Yeah.
Okay,
Alright.
you agreeable to that?
Yeah, I mean,
Amenable?
you know, I'm just one piece on the board,
Okay, I'll
but
give you a piece of advice, okay? I'll give you a piece of advice. If your other board members are adamant that they want this, tell them put an article in town meeting, then you sell it to the town meeting. Not an omnibus, omnibus is us. You would have to do an article at town meeting,
okay.
all right?
Yeah, you can always do that route too.
Yeah.
If you
Because
really
you
feel.
can't raise it in
Right.
here. So, but if you want it,
Okay,
I'm just giving you,
I'll let them know.
You have that option, yeah.
and if the selectmen don't wanna approve it for you, then you have to get 10 signatures,
Yeah.
okay?
Alrighty. Any other questions for me?
Nope, that's it.
I
Alright.
think
No, I
we're good,
forgot
thank
about,
you.
I forgot about the contract with the select. That was me. Thanks, Travis.
Yeah, that sewer budget was tough this year because we had no clue how Ralph got the numbers he got, so.
Well, this is what I explained to Donna, that when Sean was there, Sean had everything under, you know, control, because they'd been there for 30 years.
Right.
And then we got a new person in, and he's coming in, and then he's trying to,
Yeah, what I worked a lot with Scott, basically what
Right.
we did is we did the last 3 years and wrote like a P&L report off the general ledgers that I got from the accountant. Trying to figure out, all right, where do we spend here, here, here? That was a project.
it is a project,
Yeah.
but that's what I'm saying, is that, but when you lose people, long-time people, and then you got somebody in, and then unfortunately he passed away, now you're bringing
Yeah.
somebody else in. It's,
Yeah, well, that's why now we're kind of setting things up, so in the future,
Yeah.
we're looking at the line, almost like line items within that service and supplies, and we're keeping track of it.
correct,
This way, in the future, say our current operator leaves,
right,
we get somebody new,
correct.
Yeah.
we already know what we've been spending on.
How
each
much did we
year.
spend for heating oil? How much did
Exactly.
we spend for, the transportation? How much have we spent for leachate? How much, and then you have your detail.
Yeah,
Okay, this year, you know, then you keep last year's record, okay, heating costs went up 5%, you know. Is the,
Yep.
is the, what do I wanna call it? The economy any better? Is it gonna go up? Is it gonna go down? Maybe we should just do 1% or 2%, at least it gives you,
yeah, that's what we did this year, it was just, you know, putting in 3 years worth of old stuff. That took me hours.
You guys are finding Scott pretty.
Oh, yeah, he's great.
Yeah.
You know, he's already in some areas cut costs.
Yeah.
Like our lab testing, one of the companies, they round their bills up to $300, no matter.
What they do.
Yeah, so like we would have like $210 in bills
They round.
for the testing, that $80 surcharge to round it up to 300
Well,
that we were paying like every month. So he actually took testing away from another company for PFAS, gave it to this company for cheaper.
but that's what you have to do.
Yeah,
is it correct?
he's looking at a lot of, you know, little different things, you know, even 10, 20 bucks here and there adds up, so.
I get it.
Tell them we appreciate it.
We'll do. Thank you.
All right,
Thanks, Travis.
all right, so I think that was all of our old stuff.
I just want to swing back through highway department, highway surveyor
yes.
salary.
Okay, that's right, I was trying to remember what we had.
I don't think we
We didn't decide.
Decide.
on that.
on that.
I know you people are at 2.5%.
Well, I'm sorry, I have a question though. Like, where I came from and, you know, my job, we would be rated on different categories, you know, how well do you perform this category, that category, whatever. So I don't know like what their format is.
There is
or-
they're an
there is
elected official.
So there is
your
none.
town clerk,
Okay,
your treasurer, your tax collector, even the sewer boards, anybody that's elected. I'm gonna say this because a lot of people don't realize that that falls under the Board of Selectmen
okay,
for increase, not how they're doing their job. They're an elected official. If you're not happy with them, the next time they're on the ballot,
we vote them out,
correct.
okay.
Many years ago, Bill Slashine was our long-term treasurer. He said that is up to the selectmen because they're an elected official. And the selectmen years ago did it, then it stopped. So now the departments are putting in their own. I can tell you the clerk, the town clerk, the tax collector, other than this year, and the treasurer have always just put in 3%. I understand that, can you see that? He put in a flat dollar amount, which would have been a 5% increase, okay? Yeah, 5% increase. I am just going with 3% because generally that's normal. The town accountant gets 3%, the police chief gets 3%. Jim got more because the first 3 years he was there, he didn't take an increase, so he got a little more percent. I can't give him 5%. And to me, I think that's because of the paperwork not submitted on time. So, you can do 2.5 if that's what you want. I was just recommending 3. And that would take care of it's not 5%. That's my way of thinking.
Okay, my way of thinking is, where I came from, 3% meant you were doing your job, you were meeting all of the expectations of your particular role. If you didn't meet that, you got less. A 5% was at minimum meant you were an outstanding employee, but actually what it really meant was you're perfect and there is no perfection, but you had to at least be outstanding. The fact that the paperwork wasn't submitted timely, and then it's my understanding that some of it was missing, that's not 5%. To me, that's also not 3% because the expectation wasn't met. So that's why I say 2.5. That's my
That's
thought.
fine then.
That's my thinking.
Yep, that's fine. Raise, I know
And
raise.
my thoughts are his highway salaries are going up 2.3%, a little over 2.32. A 2.5% increase would result in a 14.8% increase over the last 3 years. And I think that's an appropriate amount. I don't like the notion that what was said when he met with town administrator and myself, that he made it sound like he's invaluable to the town and worth every penny and then some. And while I appreciate the job that the surveyor does, we just have to, Warren is what it is, and I think a 2.5% increase is warranted this year. He's gotten very healthy increases the last 2 years
Well, he's got healthy increases since he's been in the position.
in the position. And I understand that he probably very well could be underpaid. I didn't compare local towns and whatnot, but it is what it is. And so I would recommend a 2.5% increase.
So that's what I'll put in.
Okay?
Okay, so now we can go over the ones from today.
So, is this me?
I think those are yours.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Unless you have mine, because I can't find
Oh,
mine, so
well, if
I
you-
have no idea.
I'm sorry. Maybe I do have
No, you
yours.
don't.
No?
I'm Jim had given us some told us about last week. So the increase for the custodian is, I think that would just be the increase. As far as the stipend and the salary on the custodian that Jim had talked about, that's still an ongoing thing. That's not finalized yet. Okay. And then Jim gave us his information for the increase for Shepherd, right? At last meeting, he told us, and I, basically, in my mind is just a blank. Because I know some of the technology
The
was
tech- yeah.
because of added cloud and that stuff, but the
Yeah,
Shepherd.
Shepherd Building is better, okay, I got it.
And,
The 63,000.
Yeah,
Yes.
was 9,500, and I forget the reason that he said.
Did it have to do with heating costs or anything like that?
I would,
Let me just see if I have
whatever it was, I know we justified it.
yeah,
We didn't have
yeah,
any
it-
questions. Because he said he was really close this year and he wasn't sure if he wasn't gonna need some more money.
yeah, I think it had to do with, a variety of different things, just with the, that budget.
I know what it was. Had to do with the, new, website. Cause they have to make it handicap for the
Correct.
accessibility. And that
Yes.
was like $8,000 there.
Yeah.
Okay. And then the technology told us,
And then, yeah, I remember asking him why that wasn't
Yeah.
included under technology.
Right.
Yeah,
because it's under the Shepherd Building.
yeah,
And then the next two are leases, and then the boiler maintenance, he said, increased it 2,000 because they had repairs, like it's an emergency repair down at, Station B, that was 4,000, right? Right?
yeah.
Okay, so the next page,
Is it this one?
yeah, benefits, that went down. The two health insurances went down. And then Selectman B, that was, the new assistant that's gonna be coming, that went down. And then, yeah, Jim went up, but I explained that because he never got an increase for 3 years.
Yeah.
Okay. So then the next page, we're gonna look at Selectman D. So street lighting went up. Light bills all went up.
Yeah.
He doesn't have the hydrant rental for a precinct day yet. Regional planning, that is based on us working with Central Mass Regional Planning, and I think that's based on population. So that was $41. And then Jim, I think he's hoping to get better numbers on the liability and the workers' comp.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, this could be the place, since we're doing that, finance committee expense. Last year, purchase service, we spent $700. 668, that was for dues, books. So, I haven't checked yet, but I think maybe, we cut the books back, so that's why it was a lot less. I think, my opinion, I think we could cut it back to $1,250.
I had 1,200 in my mind, so
Yeah.
1,250 sounds
Or
good.
1,200 is fine with me.
Yeah.
Because.
Yeah, because that allows for, if someone wants to go to a training, they can.
Correct.
if, plus our ongoing, you know, the books and the dues.
Yeah.
So 1250 we're good with?
1,200.
Or 1200, I'm sorry.
Okay. And that took care of that, okay.
Okay.
Because we got the corrected accountant salary, you know that. Town clerk, that page was just a correction because the total town clerk, when I gave you the original one, had 0% increase. The calculation didn't copy across right, so I just reprinted that page for you.
Okay.
And then the rest we had done. And then it's at that, the total that, I don't have the grand total yet. I know, for the schools, you know, he gave us the amount for Pathfinder, but we're still waiting for final on that. I think other than that, the ones that, the little ones, you know, like the selectmen that were missing, I think we're pretty well set, right? I think we got everybody. Because we were missing veterans, we were missing animal control. The selectmen we got, the accountant we got, and we had veterans agent, animal control, and that was it.
Were we okay with police? I know we went back and forth a little bit that, and I never put a check mark by it.
Right, well, we can look at it.
All right, give me 1 second, I just wanna
Yep.
recheck one other thing here.
Yep, we can look at that.
Okay. So that, just wanna put a check mark
I
by
got
it.
them in my back, I put them in the back. And on them, we don't have the chiefs yet.
Okay,
So if you go to the second to the last page on the police. That's this one here. There it is. Okay, because he has, the second to last page has got the 4-year comparison. Okay, so the first 4 are contractual. And as Jim said, he requested that he take some of the overtime out. What was it, 14,000, I think he
I
said.
think so, yeah.
And the clerk is her salary. Other than that, he increased his IT charges by $900. So, to me, and I get what his budget was at. Do you have the percentage and?
Just get the last year's numbers.
Well, she said I just gave, can I have that one?
This one?
One that I was
This
looking at.
one.
Yeah, I think he was right around 3%.
$2.67. And I'm not sure which amount I got in there, so we're going to look. It's 2,600, yeah, so that's already in there. So his overall budget increase was 2.67%.
Yeah.
So,
Okay, I just wanted to make sure we were good with
yeah,
all that.
because I mean, when you look at the sheets that he gives us, basically it's salary, you know, it's got the salaries, and
Yep.
then it's got contractual, the police clerk, supplemental,
It's very detailed.
oh yeah, holiday pay, overtime, gives you detail, you know, investigation courts, emergencies, you know, injuries, the expense, vehicle maintenance, clerical purchases, body cameras, taser fees. And the utilities is the heat, you can do that, and then the training, and some of their training is mandatory, so you took that one off, says it's mandatory, so maybe these others aren't anymore. And then they get clothing. And then, and cleaning, and then the gym membership, so. So since highway, I think she's, we got the answers from sewer, we got the answers from Travis for the Board of Health. When is the school voting on there?
They, next Monday, they have a budget subcommittee meeting. The, I think budget subcommittee, then the following Monday, I believe the budget subcommittee releases it to, they vote to submit it to the entire committee. I think they vote on the 23rd,
Okay.
so, I mean, by the 9th, the budget will be, as set as it can be this early in the whole cycle, of course. Typically, what they recommend to the committee is what comes out of it, or to the school, the full committee.
Correct.
So, I did talk to Nicole Gonzalez, maybe it's kind of Collins, I may be getting the last name wrong.
No, it's not.
And in any case, she's happy to come anytime. She's anxious to come and meet with us and kind of go over things. We can either have her next week or the following week. The later in the process, the better it is because their numbers are going to be tighter. So if we want to wait until that would be the March 12th, I believe. Next week's March 5th, if I'm correct on that. Yeah, 5th and 12th would be the Thursdays. Are
Yes.
Thursdays still good for you?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So maybe we should invite him for the 12th,
Okay.
because by then we should be,
Wait, I don't think we need to have anything.
yeah,
That's where I was going. We're
Yeah.
waiting for numbers from Jim,
yeah,
and we're waiting on the school,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
I mean,
because we're good with everything else, I think.
well, that's what. So is done.
Yep.
Okay,
Yeah,
so what we're missing is numbers for the selectman salary for the custodian and dispatch.
Yep.
And dispatch can't do anything on that.
Yep.
And then I put ours in, and then it was just the changes that we made.
okay,
So I think that, if we want to make it to 12, we should be able to, maybe wrap everything up, because Jim should have his numbers, because he's hoping the insurance
Sure.
numbers changed. He may have the final numbers, but just to me, because we don't have any answers. Right, because we're
Yep.
going through everything else.
sounds good. I do have one little, so
All
we're
right,
good.
so let's set the meeting date, and this meeting is.
Okay, we can do March 12th.
At what,
3 o'clock should certainly accommodate them.
Hmm.
Unless you want to, do we want to, whenever they come,
well, they're gonna have to bring us something for us to
Yeah,
look at,
to-
or.
we can get something before, I'm sure she can get us
Right,
something
you can
before
give us
that.
the tentative, and then
Yeah.
they can give us some
Yeah.
explanation, or say,
Yeah,
this
let's
is
say
where
3.
we think we're going, but I like to look at numbers.
Yeah, of course. Is 3 o'clock work for everyone?
If you want
Yeah,
to
let's
do
do-
2:30, we can do that, whatever, I'm comfortable.
We could do 2 or 2:30. That's fine.
Yeah, let's do 2:30. School's out by then, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, let's do 2:30
March 12th.
on March 12th. I do have one
Yep, that's fine.
little piece of new information, it's not really new business. Do you remember the bylaw change we put in last year to establish the quorum? Did you hear about that?
Oh, yeah, I already got the paper,
Okay,
but I got the answer too.
I just wanted to,
No, but I got the answer.
oh, okay, do you want to share? When you say the answer,
I got that we never needed to do
Oh, okay,
I don't think I have it here.
it's okay.
So-
I just wanted to make sure everyone was aware.
No, I'm gonna explain to you
Go ahead.
that we never needed to do that article. I went onto the Attorney General's page,
Okay,
okay, and it talked about that, what's a quorum and this and that, and they gave 2 examples.
okay,
The first example is your 7-member board. You have 7 members appointed.
Yep.
Your quorum is 4.
correct.
If you only have 3 at the meeting, you can't vote on anything,
Okay,
okay? The second one is what I was talking about. If, this is the example, but it can put it to us. If you have a 7-member board, but there's only 5 appointed.
Yep.
Your quorum is 3.
okay,
So last year, our members served 5.
right.
We have 2,
Three appointed,
3 appointed,
our quorum's 2.
correct. So the couple meetings that we sat here because it was only me and you, that was what I was trying to do.
Yeah.
If you don't have a full board,
Right,
how can the quorum not change?
right,
That's what I said to Laura. She said, well, it didn't get approved, but they had to change the sentence anyway, whatever. That's all I wanted.
okay,
And maybe if I had gone searching, I just went to a different page,
yeah,
the open meeting thing, whatever, and it didn't have it there. This was a separate page. We would have never put the article on, so.
good job,
But now we have 4, so our quorum is 3.
yes,
So, anyways,
good job, thank you.
like
Good
I said,
clarification.
it was just crazy.
Does that make sense, what
Oh, yes.
we were up against?
Yes.
Is this your copy for?
I thought you said that was for Priya, because I have one.
Yes. No, Priya's is here.
Oh,
That was probably mine because I gave it to you.
Okay,
Um,
anything else?
No, like I said, I'll update the books. You can put your pages in, it gives you a good idea.
Yep.
I'll update and maybe I'll print, the 2 subtotal pages,
Sure,
okay? That way there, we're still gonna have missing, but it will give us a print 2 subtotals, A and B. Because we know where B's at, but we'll just do them again once I put in these other numbers. Because,
okay,
and then, basically, it's the school is gonna be the big thing, so any idea what they're talking about, or?
the minimum contribution is going up either 100 or 140.
Yeah.
For some reason, I can't remember. I think I've heard both numbers, but it's one of those. And then, of course, the above minimum is gonna be the big question. It depends on what their final budget comes in at, so.
But they're anticipating 100
I did, well, for the,
minimum.
for the minimum,
Oh, I don't care.
yeah. No, I know. It's
Because
kind
we have
of,
to pay it. It's a required minimum.
yeah,
So when the state says you're paying it,
Yeah.
that's what you're gonna pay. The above minimum is the extra that we give them.
yeah,
That's where,
the big question.
the big question is because we've just been going up and up and up and up. And a couple of years ago, when I talked to him, I said, listen, we gotta start going the other way. I don't care if it's $1,000 or what, 5,000. We just can't be going up and up on above minimum. That's just not right.
Okay,
Okay?
entertain a motion to close.
Motion to adjourn.
second,
All in favor? Ray Capaco, aye.
Donna Pina, aye.
Madeline Witosik, aye.
We are out
Is it?
at 4:15. Thank you.
And like I said, I didn't have any plans on meeting next week because there was no sense to until we get more.
And thank you both for explaining everything you explained.
Sure.
I appreciate it. Since I'm still getting my feet wet.
She's a wealth of knowledge.
Yeah,
If you got questions.
absolutely.
That's what I've been up there.
Been doing this for a long time.
So I got a
Not
question.
FinCom, but I was the
So-
accountant since 2002.
Okay.
So I see the numbers and I know,
You know numbers.
You,
And then tonight,
You're gonna be appointed, I heard.
I'm coming back down, I wasn't coming, but they go, ready, Jim says, maybe you can come, can you go? And I said, oh, I don't wanna go. Oh, we must be off, right?
We should be,
Let me just check.
Check with Travis, double check, yeah, better safe than sorry.